fixin' to ride.
Alright, so just taking off a couple things here. I gotta take off this steering link, and then I'm gonna take off this bolt from the bottom of the steering shaft, because the steering shaft on the other chassis, the good chassis, is bent. And then I gotta take off the whole crossbar for the steering, because that one's gone on the other sled. So, but I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen this, but you gotta have this is the 1/2 inch, goes on the bottom side of this post here, because you don't want the post to spin. Then you just have to put the same thing on the bottom of the steering shaft. Then I gotta pull off this mount right here. Those are just 7/16. It got a little twisted, but I think it's okay. I gave it a yank back. It should be fine. Should have another bushing there. It's just a rubber bushing that goes on there. The other one ripped, so. And it looks like we're probably 10 millimeter, and then I'd say 30 or 35 star bit there. 30. Just pops right out. I don't think I'll need this down here, but if I do, I can't remember seeing this bracket down at the bottom though. This holds on to. I don't know if that matters. It's got some play there. Shouldn't matter. Steering was tight, so we'll set this stuff off to the side, and then I'll start pulling off this jack shaft. That's going to be the last thing I need to pop off. So this is kind of bent up here. I don't know. Hopefully it'll bend back. I'll be able to just pop it back into straight position. Thought there was a bolt up here though. Guess I'll find out in a minute. Oh, nice. So it actually kind of bent back quite a bit. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. Yeah, it does kind of flex some, so that's good. Gonna break this collar loose real quick, and it helps to put this stuff back. I mean, if you're taking all this stuff apart and you're mechanically inclined, you got half a brain, you should be able to remember where all this stuff goes, but that's an easy way to do it. So now we're gonna have to loosen up these two, or this set screw. Looks like a 3.5, right around 3 millimeter. Check this out. I thought it was not on this, but this is a different project. I thought it was twisting the screw, but evidently it wasn't. And these collars, once you undo the set screw, they are not really locked, but they snug up in place because the back side of the bearing and the inside of the collar are offset. So the bearing's got a thicker, the bearing race has a thicker side, and so does the collar. So when you slide them on and then you twist it, it stops. And then you crank that down, and what it does is the bearing collar fits on the shaft perfectly, but then the bearing race, but then the collar that goes on the back ends up torquing against the shaft itself. And so you torque it on there, crank it a little bit, put the set screw in. Should be able to get this bearing off. Does not seem like it wants to move. There's just three nuts that hold the bearing plate on. Well, I don't think that's supposed to go like that. Then we got 3 on the inside. There's 3 washers there. Yummy. Yikes. We got quite a few bends going on here. This jack shaft's better than the other one anyway, so. Probably should have cleaned that shaft off to begin with. You can see it was starting to rub right there, so I'm just going to file that down. Doesn't look like it's rubbing anywhere else. And your best bet here is to take your punch and set it right in the. Oh yeah, these bearings are real nice. I'm gonna clean all that out. That way I can get some grease up in there. Because this right here is the Zerk fitting. So when you have this thing on the shaft, you want this valley right here to be lined up with the Zerk fitting hole. And so that way when you grease this, there are holes around in the bottom of this. And so what you want to do is line it up with the specific hole. So when you do grease it, that grease will have a better chance of getting right into that bearing race. And this one's good, so. Alright, so I just clean this out real quick. So you have a hole there and a hole there. And when you have that lined up, you're better off having it lined up where one of the holes is directly in there. But then what'll happen is it'll force grease around that valley there and into the other side. So you get a good greasing. Either way, it's good. Feels nice. Pop these bolts out. So the other chassis has this bearing plate here. It's got a lifted portion right here, so it's not going to work. So this one's got to come out and get put in there. And then we got a 7/16 there. Alrighty then. Well, that's nice. Might be able to drill that out, and there's supposed to be one up there holding it. So this one's got a hole. I mean, I could probably drill a hole all the way through it and bolt it up like that. It's supposed to go through there. I knew that was off a little when it was moved. So I guess that explains it. So that's bent a little bit. I don't know if I want to risk trying to bend it back and then breaking it, because it's cast. It should be alright if I just leave it the way it is. Like I said, I'll probably drill a hole in there and bolt that up. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. Yeah, got everything off the old chassis. Got all the parts that we accounted for that we're going to need. And we got this guy in here. So we're going to start lining everything up to put parts on this thing. Get rocking. So if you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell. Or you can come on back, check out what we got going on. Always appreciate the comments in the comment section as well. If you guys have any questions about the process, please let me know. So you guys take care. We'll see you in the next video. So come on back. God bless.